Hello, Treasure Spider here doing a race review of the recent Ironman Desaru 2023. This happens to be my first race, so I'm gonna do a review and analysis of the entire course. So stick with me. So this is the view from my hotel room at the Westin, which overlooks the entire beachfront, finish line for the 70.3 race, as well as the starting point for the swim. So let's dive straight into the swim course. The swim course was a basic triangular shaped one, where you'll swim out 600 meters and 600 meters across, followed by a 700 meter route back. So the waves were alright, not too choppy during this time of year. This was in May, and apparently there were some jellyfish, but I guess I managed to evade that. Some others were not so lucky. And there were also volunteers on kayaks to guide you if you got lost in the water. So the exit point for the swim is a little further down the beach, closer to the transition area, which was about 100 meters away. I'll have another video to cover the transition area when I first checked my bike in, but for now let's head on directly to the bike course. So let's move on to the bike leg of the race. I wasn't able to take the initial part of the course the day before due to other races taking place. So that's something to take note of. You are still able to access the hotel and so on, so there's no issues with regards to traffic. So we have an overview video of the entire course. So the start of the bike leg, which I missed, is an uphill segment, so don't be too worried if you find yourself going a little too slowly initially. Soon we'll be passing by last water aid station here. Yep, as you just saw, and this is actually the second roundabout. There are two roundabouts on this entire bike leg. I started filming after the first roundabout, so just keep in mind that there are two roundabouts on this course, the second one acting as a U-turn point for the 2 laps you'd have to complete. From the start to the first U-turn point, you will have a few uphills to tackle, so you got to really pace yourself well there. This is actually a nice little area where it's kind of shaded. You'll kind of like this part of the ride, since most of the ride is rather hot, especially this time here. So this is actually your first water station, as well as your third water station, since you'll be doing 2 loops. Soon you'll be seeing another water station, so that will be your second as well as your fourth water station before heading back. So the one that you saw way back is actually the 5th water station. Yeah, so altogether there are 5 water stations. So just some thoughts on the entire bike ride. The roads are relatively smooth except for some parts, not very wide, but definitely enough room in order for you to overtake someone. Right now the roads are getting quite hilly, especially towards the end of the lap. So some people would start walking up the hill, maybe at the second lap, but yeah, it's a relatively nice ride overall. And you can see we are now approaching the end of the loop. So now let's move on to the run leg of the entire course. So this video is only showing about half of the running loop, so you have 3 loops altogether. I did not know exactly where the route was, but I guess you can see the kind of roads you'll be running on. So the entire run will be on the road itself. So it's at this point where the car will be on the running route itself. Here you'll be running on the right hand side, you'll pass this big field. I know on the course briefing they said that the running route is roughly shaded throughout, but at 10 or 11 AM or maybe even 12 PM, this is definitely not the case for at least 80% of the run. You'll be running directly under a hot sun, so make use of those water points, definitely. So This is actually a very hilly run, although you can't really see it here, but the other part of the run where I was not able to take a video, there are at least 2 uphills, I guess. You can see by the second loop people start walking, so yeah, just keep a good pace. I think the best thing is to not walk and just to maintain a steady pace just to tackle those hills. So this is, I guess, the only shaded part of the run, and this road will lead you directly back to the starting point. I think that overall for this run, it's kind of the make it or break it part. You might do well for the first 2 portions of the race, but I think this is what determines whether you'll get a good timing or not in the end. Yeah, you must really be able to conserve your energy to tackle the heat, the hills, as well as mentally being able to last 3 loops. I think that is the determining factor for how well you'll do overall. So I hope you liked my video and the analysis of the entire Ironman 70.3 Desaru Coast. Till the next one.